And then you hear a guy like Tyron Smith, and I love this because here's what sometimes Cowboy fans do. Cowboy fans do this, is that when a person leaves the team and they have something that the fans deem negative towards the team, they call that player bitter. They call that player a hater. They call that player every other name in the book. And we've seen it on multiple accounts. And Tyron Smith, who just signed with the New York Jets after 13 seasons with the Dallas Cowboys, came out and he said, this is the first time I've ever been in free agency. And I'm paraphrasing here, so don't. I'm not going word for word, but this is my first time in free agency. It was a little bit weird. It was stressful. It only lasted a week, but it felt like forever. And he said it really came down to the Cowboys and the Jets. And then he said, well, if you look and you see how the Cowboys are going, yeah, I'm going to the Jets. Now, say what you want about Tyron. Now, say what you want about me. I can be bitter. I can be a hater. I can be whatever it is you need me to be. That's from Tyron. And you can decipher that however you want to decipher it. But there was something in that he said, I looked at the current state of where it was, and I thought to myself, going to New York, who's had less success than the Cowboys, we're in a better position to get him to a place that he's never been to, and that's a Super Bowl. With a 40-year-old quarterback who's coming off an Achilles injury, who might be running for vice. No, I'm playing. He's not going to be vice president. He's not going to be the running mate to Robert Kennedy Jr. That's a lot. That's a lot. And you see more so now, teams aren't picking. Now, you can look at the Shaq Leonard situation last year. Feel how you feel. Say what you say. A lot of y'all, though, if you're being honest, you wanted Shaq Leonard in Dallas. Now, he went to Philadelphia and he spit the bit. Fine. That's fine. Cool. Great. Y'all wanted him. Not everybody. A large portion of y'all wanted Shaq Leonard here. And he thought that was a better situation. He thought that team, and they bombed and they folded and all that kind of stuff. But he thought that team was better. I look at a guy like Aaron Jones who chose Minnesota. Minnesota don't even have a quarterback. They don't even have a quarterback. Aaron Jones, who I know for a fact is a lifelong Cowboys fan. And I get money sometimes plays a major part. But he went to a place that didn't have a quarterback instead of coming to a place who had a quarterback and no running backs. Let that sink in for a second. He stayed within the division and went to a place that had no quarterback, and even the quarterback that they had was mid and average, above average at best. And maybe had some semblance of a running game. Instead of coming to a place where the quarterback is above average, and the starting running back that they did have, they shipped him out. They didn't ship him out, but he was in Tennessee. And you're from here. You're from the great state of Texas. Aaron Jones is from Texas. Family are lifelong Cowboy fans. And he said, I'm going to Minnesota. Like, we have to start picking up on the signs that are being laid out there. That's a major thing. And the Cowboys have to figure out a way to go from being arrogant just a tad bit more humble. And you got to be picking up the phone. There has to be work that has to be done. Y'all, there's too much laying back, laying low, and thinking things are just going to come to you, putting an immense amount of pressure on your scouting department and Will McClay to hit 100% on your draft. You're asking those guys to damn near do the impossible. Is to take something that's already a 50-50 crapshoot, and I don't care what round you're in. First rounders are 50-50 crapshoots. And you're saying, I need all of these guys to be impactful today. Because we aren't picking up the phone, doing the due diligence. And that's Dallas, that's the front office, that's Mike McCarthy, that's whoever is involved. Whoever sits at the big, long table, the decision-making table, that becomes a little bit of a malpractice on your team. For you not even to call. I don't care that he didn't come. I don't care that he didn't come here. But for you to start not even making the phone calls just to see, that tells me that you might be still hanging on and living a little bit too much on what used to be. Can't change who you were. You will always be 3-time Super Bowl champions in the 90s. 5-time overall. But you're far from that right now. And unless you're able to turn that around ASAP, the league is passing you by. So the Cowboys got to get out of that arrogance era. You're not the belle of the ball. You can sit back and tell us all day long, like Trina, that you the baddest. But you ain't. We appreciate what you were. Like we appreciate what Trina was. But you ain't that no more. There's a new cast of baddies that are walking around here. In Buffalo, in Kansas City, in Miami, Houston. Run in your own backyard. They about to become baddies. They just got into their soft girl era. They getting cute. They found out that they're old. They like me.